Direct News TV. August 22, 2023. Russia-Ukraine war updates. Denmark starts training Ukraine pilots on F-16s. Russia scrambles jets to force reconnaissance drones off Crimea, Ministry. Russia's Air Force have scrambled 2 jets to force 2 drones to stop reconnaissance near the Crimean Peninsula, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. On August 22, the flight of 2 unmanned aerial vehicles MQ-9 Reaper and TB-2 Bayraktar carrying out aerial reconnaissance in the area of the Crimean Peninsula was recorded over the Black Sea by means of the airspace control of the Russian Aerospace Forces, the ministry said. According to the statement, Russia scrambled 2 jets forcing the drones to change the direction of the flight and leave the areas of aerial reconnaissance. Prominent journalist says Russia's Surovikin dismissed as head of aerospace forces. A prominent Russian journalist has said General Sergei Surovikin, who at one time was commander of Moscow's war effort in Ukraine, was dismissed as head of the country's aerospace forces. There was no official confirmation of the report by Alexei Venediktov, the well-connected former head of the now-defunct Echo of Moscow radio station. Venediktov on his Telegram channel said Surovikin had been removed by official decree, without providing any further details. The RBC media outlet later on Tuesday also reported that Venediktov has been dismissed, citing its own sources. Supersonic Russian bomber likely to have been destroyed in drone attack, UK. British military intelligence has said a weekend drone attack on an airfield deep inside Russia, which Moscow blamed on Ukraine, is highly likely to have destroyed a nuclear-capable Tu-22M3 supersonic long-range bomber. Kyiv, which on Monday claimed to have attacked another Russian military airfield, says Russia has used the Tu-22M3 to bomb targets across Ukraine with conventional munitions. Western military experts believe Russia has about 60 of the aircraft. The destruction of the plane, which can be fitted with conventional or nuclear warheads, underscores the vulnerability to drone attacks of Russia's fleet of aging but lethal long-range bombers that are a major part of its war effort. Ukraine defies odds by advancing in counteroffensive, senior official. Ukraine has made progress in its counteroffensive against Russian forces simply by proving it can push back a better armed and numerically superior enemy, according to a senior Ukrainian official. Ukrainian troops have faced vast Russian minefields and trenches in the counteroffensive launched in early June, and a United States official said last week that it looked unlikely that Kyiv would be able to recapture the strategic southern city of Melitopol. But Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Maliar brushed aside any suggestion that Kyiv's progress was too slow, and said Ukraine had effectively defied military doctrine by attacking an enemy that has a numerical advantage in manpower and weaponry. It's incorrect to measure this advance by meters or kilometers, Maliar told Reuters in an interview. What's important is the very fact that despite everything, we're moving forward even though we have fewer people and fewer weapons. U.S. does not think conflict in Ukraine at a stalemate. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says the United States does not assess the conflict in Ukraine as being at a stalemate. We have been clear all along that this battlefield is very dynamic. There is attacking and defending taking place on both sides at multiple points along a very extended front line, he told a press briefing. We are seeing it, Ukraine, continue to take territory on a methodical, systematic basis, he added. Ukraine says first F-16 has arrived from the Netherlands. Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov says the first F-16 fighter jet has arrived from the Netherlands. Over the weekend, the Netherlands and Denmark pledged to donate the fighter jets to Kyiv to bolster Ukraine's air defenses. The countdown to big falconry has begun. Reznikov said in a statement on the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. It is our war too, Dutch Defense Minister speaks to veterans in Kyiv. Dutch Defense Minister Kajsa Ollongren has arrived in Kyiv to speak to Ukraine's war veterans as a part of an international veterans forum. You are fighting at the front, but it is our war too, she said, according to Ukraine's Ministry of Veterans Affairs. She added that the Netherlands will continue to train Ukrainian soldiers and support war veterans. Ukraine using custom-built mini-rockets to fight war, Reuters. Ukraine is deploying custom-built mini-rocket launchers that use parts taken from a Soviet-era system, besides an arsenal of Western arms to fight against Russia, according to a Reuters report. We have equipment that we call the Mini-Grad. It is made of BM-21 Grad pipes placed on top of a pickup truck, which makes it easily transportable, a Ukrainian serviceman with the call sign Gal told Reuters in the southeastern region of Zaporizhia. We try to make them more precise compared to Grads. They have the same firing pattern but, thanks to extra mechanisms to take aim and the shorter distance they are fired at, we try to make the Mini-Grad more precise, he added. Poland says Russia is moving tactical nuclear weapons to Belarus. Poland's President Andrzej Duda has said that Russia is already in the process of moving tactical nuclear weapons to Belarus, according to a report by the Associated Press. Duda warned that this would shift the security architecture in the region and for the whole of NATO. Russia announced its plan to install tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus in March. Duda made his comments at a joint news conference in the country, alongside Portuguese President Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa. I was telling President Sousa about the implementation of the declarations by Vladimir Putin that Russia's tactical nuclear weapons will be moved to the territory of Belarus, Duda said. Indeed, this process is taking place, we are seeing that, he added. Hungarian President visits Ukraine's Zakarpattia province. Hungarian President Katalin Novak has visited western Ukraine's Zakarpattia province to meet local officials and members of its Hungarian ethnic community, the Hungarian online news platform Telex reports. According to a statement on the Telegram messaging app by Zakarpattia's regional administration, Novak discussed the results and prospects of strengthening cross-border cooperation, including those projects that were launched in the conditions of a full-scale invasion of the Russian Federation. Ukraine and Hungary have been at odds over Budapest's friendly stance towards Russia. Budapest has also criticized Kyiv over the treatment of ethnic Hungarians in Zakarpattia. Denmark begins training 8 Ukrainian pilots to fly F-16s. Denmark has begun training 8 Ukrainian pilots to fly F-16 fighter jets, according to the Danish Armed Forces. The 8 pilots have arrived at the Danish military air base in Skrydstrup along with 65 personnel who will be trained in maintaining and servicing the jets, the armed forces said in a statement. On Sunday, both Denmark and the Netherlands agreed to donate F-16s to Ukraine. Greece has also said it will help train Ukrainian pilots operate these jets, according to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. Ukraine's Zelensky meets Balkan leaders. Ukraine's president has met the leaders of the Balkan nations and thanked them for their support towards Kyiv, at the Ukraine-Balkan Summit in Athens. The president held bilateral talks with his Balkan counterparts discussing defense and security cooperation and F-16s, as well as the pathway to join the European Union. Ukraine will take 6-7 months to operate F-16s, Reznikov. Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov says Ukraine will take at least 6 or 7 months to begin operating F-16 fighter jets. This is a serious set of tasks and we have to train several hundred people to put the first birds in the Ukrainian sky, Reznikov said, according to local media reports. He said besides training pilots to fly these jets, engineers and technicians will also need training. Ukrainian saboteurs stopped from crossing into Russia's Bryansk, Governor. A group of Ukrainian saboteurs attempted to breach Russia's border in the Bryansk region, according to Regional Governor Alexander Bogomaz. In a statement on the Telegram messaging app, he said the attempt was thwarted by Russia's Defense Ministry, security services and police. Russian strikes in Kherson killed 1 person, Governor. Oleksandr Prokyudin, the governor of Ukraine's Kherson region, says Russian strikes injured 1 person and killed another. He said a 71-year-old woman was killed and a 55-year-old man was injured in the attacks. EU increases financial support to Ukraine. After a meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, the European Commission's President Ursula von der Leyen said that the bloc has paid Kyiv another €1.5 billion, $1.63 billion to support its efforts to keep the state running. And more will come, this year and beyond, she said in a post on the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. Russia's Lavrov warmly welcomed in South Africa. Russia's foreign ministry has shared a video on the social media platform X of Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov being warmly welcomed in Johannesburg, South Africa for the BRICS summit. Russian President Vladimir Putin, wanted under an international arrest warrant for alleged war crimes in Ukraine, did not travel to South Africa and will instead join the summit virtually. My name is Kingsley. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to be notified whenever we post. You won't regret it.